Recording the event, video, still, and audio. There are dozens of reasons to record activities events, from capturing ceremonies for future generations to developing audio and video programs for webcasts and corporate training programs. Even if you are on a pretty tight budget, you should consider recording as many activities and sessions as possible. They may even generate revenue for your client down the road. Because video and audio programs are potential money makers, make sure to obtain all the rights from the videographer or recording tech and register the recording with the U.S. Copyright Office to protect your interests. Also obtain the copyright from any still photographer if you plan to use the images commercially at any point. In this discussion about recording your event, we'll use the term photographer to encompass all the recording types. Let's first look at some very good rules for choosing the right talent. First, go online and look through as many photographer sites as you can. Choose these sites based on a series of criteria, including type of event, location of photographer, years of experience, etc. Second, really pay attention to the portfolio of work. If the site comes up as a result of your search parameters, but the content and quality of the photographer's work doesn't match your requirements, move on. Third, make contact with those who match your criteria. If they don't respond within 48 hours, they probably won't be very responsive on the job. Fourth, once you have prepared your initial list down to a handful of photographers who have the appropriate body of work and have indicated they are available and interested, interview them. Ask them how long they have been in the business. You want them to have extensive experience doing exactly what you'll be asking them to do. Do they have a business license and full insurance coverage? In some states and areas, licenses are not required, so know whether it is where you'll be asking them to work. Make sure they have liability insurance and that you will not be charged if they don't deliver for any reason. What references do they have from clients with projects similar to yours? Make sure you check their references. Do they have sufficient backup equipment in case they have technical difficulties? They need to have full redundancy to make sure they can get the job done. Do they work with an assistant or assistants? The answer must always be yes for event photography because multiple things can happen at once and need to be covered. Who will take their place if they can't make the shoot at the last minute? Make sure the photographer, videographer, or recording tech have a plan B, and you should too. Can they deliver the final product in all the formats you need? Anticipate all the uses of their work and make sure they can deliver the results the way you need them. Do they guarantee highest resolution delivery? Make sure you get the products in high-res, high-quality RAW format as well as any manipulated format you require. What is their turnaround time? If you need their products by a certain date after the shoot or recording, they must be able to meet your deadline. Can they edit and enhance the product if required? In some cases, you may need the results edited or improved. They need to be capable of doing so and include the service in the contracts. What are the image, video, and audio recording rights? Typically, the work belongs to the photographer. If you need to own the rights, you have to negotiate and contract to this ahead of time. What are their rates, and how will they discount them for you? A photographer who wants your business should be willing to work within your budget restrictions. Once you've established that service providers fit all your requirements based on their site information and responses in the interview, you need to write the following elements into your contract. Rates, hourly and/or by product agreement. Contingency rates if the event runs over, is delayed, or something forces a last-minute schedule change. All the Plan Bs we've already discussed. Broad packages of rights that include all your product ownership requirements. Costs for travel accommodations, food, beverage, and any other special requirements. How they handle model releases and use licenses. Post-shoot recording, production, and image costs and turnaround times. Final product prints, formatted and edited video and images, for example, the costs of them. Shipping, if any. Excuse me. Other costs of final deliverable, i.e. discs, presentation folders, time for uploading via FTP site, etc., and licensing fees. You also need to establish how you want your photographers, videographers, and recording techs to appear, behave, and work within the context of your event. Here are some important considerations. First, make sure they dress appropriately. They should blend with your group. If the affair is formal, they need to dress formally. Second, make sure they know the venue or visit it ahead of time so they can be responsive to lighting, crowd movement, location of key elements, and other shoot quality considerations. Third, ensure they will keep a copy of your event agenda with them and follow it as you requested. Fourth, connect them with at least 2 members of your team who can help them quickly and efficiently if needed. Fifth, make sure they are comfortable shooting your event without interrupting any activities, conversations, sessions, etc. Sixth, if you do or don't want them engaging with your attendees, presenters, and VIPs, make sure you let them know your policy and that they will follow it. Seventh, if you do not want them participating in the event by eating, drinking, or imbibing alcohol, make sure this is clear and in your agreement with them. Eighth, ask them if they need any meals before or during the event. Your team members need to have the energy required to keep their stamina up. Ninth, ask them what their rules are about when it's not appropriate to record people, i.e. while they are eating. 10th, evaluate their personality. If they are rude or short with you, they'll probably be rude or short to your attendees, presenters, and VIPs. 11th, establish guidelines about when it's appropriate for them to make a judgment call and record something that wasn't scheduled, but will give you more valuable results. If you do your due diligence in choosing your photographers, videographers, and recording techs, you will be adding effective members to your team. Just remember that it's not important what these artists can do, it's important what they can do for you and what you need them to do.